Day 1, arrival in Cairo. Day 2, the pyramids, Sphinx, and Egyptian Museum. My heart almost burst when I saw the Giza pyramids for the first time. Seeing these massive, perfectly geometric giants rise from the desert sand was beyond surreal. And the Sphinx, it felt like it was smirking at me with a 1,000-year-old secret. Later at the Egyptian Museum, I wandered in awe past Tutankhamun's golden mask and countless mummies, feeling like I was drifting through a pharaoh's dream. Summary of the day: I felt tiny yet timeless standing in the shadow of the pyramids, a true pinch-me moment. Day 3, fly to Aswan, High Dam and Philae Temple. I hopped on a quick flight to Aswan, buzzing with excitement. The High Dam was an engineering marvel, a modern contrast to all the ancient wonders. Then at Philae Temple, dedicated to Isis, I felt chills walking among the columns. The temple seemed to float on the island, framed by blue water and bright sky. Summary of the day: the temple on the water felt like stepping into a myth. Day 4, Kom Ombo and Edfu temples. Sailing along the Nile on my cruise ship, I felt like Cleopatra herself. At Kom Ombo, the twin dedication to Sobek and Horus was fascinating, especially the crocodile mummies. Later, the Edfu Temple, the best preserved in Egypt, stunned me with its towering pylons and dramatic hieroglyphs. Summary of the day: cruising between these temples felt like drifting through an open-air museum. Day 5, Luxor West Bank, Valley of the Kings and Hatshepsut Temple. Today was like wandering through the afterlife. The Valley of the King's tombs were masterpieces of eternal rest. I could almost hear whispers of ancient rituals echoing off the walls. At Hatshepsut's mortuary temple, its terraces rising against the cliffs felt defiant and regal, just like the queen herself. Summary of the day: the valley was a deep dive into Day 6, Luxor East Bank, Karnak and Luxor temples. Karnak Temple blew me away. The forest of colossal columns in the great hypostyle hall was hypnotizing. I tilted my head back so far to take it all in that I nearly toppled over. Luxor Temple, with its graceful statues and avenue of sphinxes, felt almost intimate at sunset. Summary of the day: a day of architectural poetry. These temples breathe. Day 7, fly back to Cairo. Back in Cairo, I had some free time to wander the bustling streets. I sipped mint tea at a tiny cafe, watching the city swirl past. Honking cars, street vendors, bright fabrics. It was a living kaleidoscope. Summary of the day: a peaceful pause in the stormy sea of Cairo's energy. Day 8, fly to Amman, Jordan, a new country. Arriving in Amman felt like a smooth reset. My guide welcomed me warmly, and the city's white hillsides glowed in the sun. I strolled around, soaking up the different vibes: cooler air, different scents, new language notes all around me. Summary of the day: a fresh chapter. The air in Amman felt full of promise. Day 9, Jerish and Ajloun. Jerish was like stepping onto an ancient stage. The oval plaza, the colonnaded streets. I could almost see Roman chariots racing by. In Ajloun, the medieval castle perched on a hill gave sweeping views and a breeze that carried stories of knights and sieges. Summary of the day: today felt like time traveling from Rome to the Crusades. Day 10, Mount Nebo and Madaba, drive to Petra. Mount Nebo was spiritual. Looking out where Moses supposedly saw the promised land gave me goosebumps. In Madaba, the mosaic sparkled. The famous map on the floor of St. George's Church was like a time-stamped treasure map. The drive to Petra built anticipation like the slow rise of an orchestra. Summary of the day: a mosaic of faith, views, and growing excitement for Petra. Day 11. Full day in Petra. Petra. Walking through the sick, that narrow rose-colored canyon, I felt my heart race. When the treasury finally appeared, it was pure magic. So monumental, yet delicate. Climbing up to the monastery was tough, but worth every breathless step. Petra felt alive, an entire city hidden in the rocks. Summary of the day: Petra wasn't just a wonder. It was an entire love letter carved in stone. Day 12. Drive to Amman. Departure. We drove back to Amman, my mind replaying a highlight reel of pharaohs, tombs, castles, and canyons. At the airport, I took one last deep breath of Middle Eastern air, already planning when I could come back. Summary of the day: a bittersweet farewell. My heart now carries two ancient worlds. Final words: this journey, from the golden sands of Egypt to the rose-red wonders of Jordan, left me forever changed. Each sight, each story felt like a living heartbeat from the past. And I got to walk among those heartbeats.